This is just this is heartwarming. Folks, the former North Carolina House Speaker, Joe Mavretic, was on the program NC Spin. That's the North Carolina Spin. I know a lot of people didn't catch that this weekend. It's hosted by Tom Campbell. If you ever wondered what a bigot sounds like when they're really indignant, now I provide for you the answer. This is when North Carolina Policy Watch Director Chris Fitzsimmons calls the former House Speaker out on his support for a full-on bigoted bill.
Group of them.
But Joe, one way or the other, we're talking about years probably before these things wind their way through the federal systems and are ultimately resolved, may even have to go to the U.S. Supreme Court. In the meantime, what's going to happen?
Well, first of all, I got to tell you, Tom, I'm a little unhappy with the four of you because clearly you're not with it. What we're talking about here is not four letters of the alphabet. We're talking about L, G, B, T, 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 Q, Q, I, A, plus another A if you want to be an ally. And
are you going to explain that to us?
Well, I can if you let me have time. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, transsexual, two-spirited, queer, questioning, intersex, asexual. Now, here's the issue here, in my opinion. What we're really talking about is the body versus the brain. We're talking about that issue. We're talking about biology against psychology. And we're also entering what I call the Me Sue arena of America, where narcissism is prevalent. People want to be me. I want this for me. I've not heard anybody talk about the common good since this first hit the headlines. It's all about me. Well, can a white person want to be a black person and then get minority contracts? Can a female want to be a male and go to the beach and not have to wear a top like males do? I think we are bordering on being the most narcissistic, me, individually oriented culture on the planet.
Well,
interesting.
That's a sad statement if you think about the families of kids and teenagers. One of the lawsuit who is a transgender person who goes to the School of the Arts, who's been working with psychologists and psychiatrists her whole life. Her parents have been struggling, trying to figure out what to do. People know Caitlyn Jenner and a lot of other people. These aren't me people. These are people who have a terrible thing. They're trying to figure out how to live their lives the best way they can, not hurt anybody. And I think it's offensive to call them narcissists when they're just trying to live their life and not hurt anybody.
Well, I tell you what, we are not politically correct anymore, and I can call it what I want to call it, and that's what free speech is all about.
And I can call you on calling it.
That's exactly right, and I can live with that.
And I can change the subject.
What's fascinating about there were two things that struck me about this. We're not politically correct anymore. I wonder what he's talking about there. We've been unsheathed. We don't have to skulk around in our white sheets anymore. We've seen what we've been able to do. The other thing that's sort of shocking to me is that if I follow his logic and we have become this culture of me, right, then it must be just an overwhelming number of transgender people in North Carolina who are all just about themselves who are pushing this, right? I mean, in fact, when you talk about the common good, I mean, this is about thinking about other people as having sort of rights and some sense of self-determination. Really is just, there's something just, this is the last vestiges of it, right? I mean, and by that I don't mean to say that things are ending, but like these guys are hanging on
as open
white
as you
knuckled,
can be.
white-knuckled. We can barely even be racist now in our own state.
Oh, no. You took it away from me. There is no way
It's just,
that I'm going to stop pushing teenagers to suicide. You've already done quite enough by making me have a black quarterback.
look, all I can do right now is just vaguely hint at the idea that black people, just be implicit that black people are getting all sorts of giveaways. Like with, white people going around trying to get all the juicy black contracts that are out there.
I'll tell you what.
That's all I can imply now.
If you want to trade contracts for stop and frisks, maybe we can negotiate.
He's going to be surprised.
It's so, 50, I've said this before, 54% of Donald Trump supporters told a pollster they think the number one problem in this country is that white people are oppressed by minorities. 54%.
Wonder what number 2 is.
It's women going to beaches without tops on.
Yeah. Oh, all of a sudden, what we're going to do? More giveaways for women and black people? It's just about me. That's the problem. It's no longer about me. It's about them. We used to be on top of this, and now it's what it is. It's narcissism. The idea that people who do not know their traditional place in society, i.e., if they're uppity in one fashion or another, I don't need to tell you who I'm talking about, African Americans and women. It's narcissism that they could have even remotely the same type of rights that I have. God was a white man. And these heathens are trying to reverse that. What's that? Santa Claus too?
Santa Claus too.
And Santa Claus. Narcissists trying to change the color of Santa Claus. Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.